All right, my beautiful peoples. Came here. We're going to get into this statelessness. What does it mean by what is the definition of statelessness? Stateless people by international law. Right? This ain't my website. It's not my belief. These are facts I'm about to share with you. Now, if you've seen on the last video I did, 3-minute video, I posted Black and African American identities are not nationalities. These are identities for stateless people. Now, most people ain't even heard of stateless people. Most people ain't even heard of nationality. I'm talking about the people in the Black and African American community. And this applies to a lot of my Hispanic friends too, whether they want to recognize it or not. But so let's get into this. This is a website from the UN, right? They got videos and everything. So let's dive right in. Let's dive right in, y'all. Millions of people around the world are invisible. Stateless people living in all parts of the world, but they have no nationality. No country recognizes them as citizens. Now, if you Black African American, please tell me what law gave you citizenship here in the United States? What law gave you citizenship? What law, what statute, what code, ordinance, I don't care, amendment in the Constitution, what gave you citizenship? So I want you to think about that for a minute. You see that? They don't exist. You see? Now, I'm going to pause the video right here because they're getting more into refugee statelessness. But now we're gonna go into let me get this out the way. We're gonna use that map later. Now look. Today, millions of people around the world are denied a nationality. Has anybody ever heard of that word? Nationality? Prior to being in tune to the channel that I have, to the videos I've been putting out on Facebook, I know people 80, 60, 70, 50, 30, 40. They never heard of that word nationality. Never heard of it. So today, millions of people around the world are denied a nationality. As a result, they are often aren't allowed to go to school, see a buy, get a job, open a bank account, buy a house, or even get married. Now, most people go, well, Malik, I can do all that. I can get a job. I got a bank account. I went to school and I'm married right now. Right? All right. Well, let's keep going because the stateless people is a broad term. So now let's go here. Stateless people may have difficulty accessing basic rights. Now, come on now. Remember the civil rights movement? What was they marching for? To be equal, for basic rights. You see? Such as education. Come on, y'all remember the civil rights movement. Healthcare. We still facing that today. In these communities called Black African American, they still facing these problems today. Employment of freedom of movement. Employment and freedom of movement. Without these things, they can face a lifetime of obstacles and disappointment. You see? So watch this. We are determined to end statelessness by 2024. Did y'all even know that they was trying to end statelessness by 2024? You probably didn't, because you probably haven't even heard of this, and you probably don't even we still ain't went over the definition. So you're probably like, why does this even pertain to us? Now, don't worry, we getting there. Watch this. Governments establish who their nationals are. Have y'all ever been called a national in any letters by the IRS, by any of these government agencies that write you? Have you ever been called a national? Have any of these documents say that you're a national? Talking to Black and African Americans. Black/African Americans. Okay? So look, let's scroll down here. Understanding statelessness. How does nationality work? People usually acquire a nationality automatically at birth. You see? People usually acquire a nationality automatically at birth. Now, what are they meaning by that? So example is a Nigerian woman has a baby. That baby will be identified with the nationality of the mom. So that baby will be Nigerian. So that's sanguineous. That's by blood. Your nationality is by blood. Your nationality can't change because your blood don't change. So your nationality is by blood. Either through their parents or the country. See, that's why they say either through the parents. So if a Chinese lady has a baby, that baby will be called Chinese. You see? That's a nationality by birth, automatically at birth. That's what they mean by automatically at birth. That's called sanguineous, by blood. Okay? Blood. What is statelessness? Now, this is not Malik's definition. This is not my opinion. This was a website, again, put up by the UN. Because people like to debate this because they don't like to be thinking that they stateless people. So sorry, you're a fucking stateless person. Get over it. Let's fix this problem. The international legal definition of stateless person is a person who is not considered as a national by any state under the operation of its law. Now, so I could stop right there. Black, African American, we know damn well that these states don't consider you as a national under any operation of their laws. Under any operation of their laws, they don't consider these black people / African Americans as nationals of their states. You see? So yes, you're falling under this category more and more. And I'm going to show you how you fall under that category even deeper. Almost to the point where, like the video said, you're invisible. So this is why they can stop you and do certain things to you, because you're not afforded a nationality. What does nationality have to do with anything? Well, I'm going to tell you the Google stateless person definition and start reading stuff on it. And you'll find a PDF that's 35 pages long. And you can go into it. Or you can get a book called Nationality and Statelessness. Okay? All right. Because I'm just trying to show you things. I'm trying to waken them eyes up, get the crust out them eyes so you can start seeing what's going on. So nationality affords you to use things like the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. So now if you get done like George Floyd was done, then your family can go to the United Nations and claim that that's genocide, as long as they can prove it. Your human rights was violated. So you wouldn't get a civil rights lawyer if you have a nationality. You'll get a human rights lawyer. You see how easy this stuff is? But what they got people doing? Getting a civil rights lawyer. Why are you getting a civil rights lawyer? Because you only got civil rights if you black African American under United States jurisdiction. You only have civil rights. So yes, you can only get a civil rights lawyer that's going to take your case. Because if you get a human rights lawyer, they're going to know your nationality. Okay? This stuff easy, man. Let's get back at it. In simple terms, this means that a stateless person does not have a nationality of any country. So you know how people say, well, I'm not black, I'm African American. That's not a country, baby. That's 2 continents. What did it say again? This ain't my definition, by the way. This means that a stateless person does not have a nationality of any country. So look, this is the map I said we're going to get to. This is America. All of that. That's America. That's Africa. You can't be an Asian Australian or a Europe Australian. Those are two continents. It says a country. So people from this landmass, this continent called Africa, you don't really hear them saying that they don't just say, oh, I'm African. They'll say I'm Nigerian. What indicates when they say they're Nigerian? Oh, they're from Nigeria. They're identifying with the country that's on a continent on this earth called Africa. Oh, okay. That's what they mean. Oh. So what happens when you say I'm African American? That's a false identity. These are continents. Again, what did it say? I'm going to drill this in our heads. That's why all your shit going to probate court. Because ain't nobody got no nationality. So they don't have to go by international law. They don't have to go by the same laws. They can treat you as property, i.e. indentured servants, i.e. slaves, connotatively slaves. Okay. This means that stateless persons does not have a nationality of any country. So Nigeria is a country on the continent called Africa. You see that? South Africa is a country on the continent called Africa. So I wouldn't go, I'm South American. If somebody say, what's your nationality? I'm South American. No, that's South American is part of America. See? So what countries are in South America? You see? Okay. Brazil is a country in there. All right. You see? Simple. All right. This is simple stuff, y'all. So you're not going to see a person from Brazil saying, oh, I'm American. Why? Because that's a continent, fam. It's a continent. All right. They're going to say I'm Brazilian. Brazil is a country on the continent America, South America. Okay. All right. Continuing. I know y'all trying to see my passcode. All right. Some people are born stateless, but others become stateless. Now let's skip down here. Let's clear that up. Boom. What are the causes of statelessness? Now this is the juicy part. I'm gonna scroll down to number 4, and you can see this is a quick read. Finally, statelessness can also be caused by loss or deprivation of nationality. In some countries, citizens can lose their nationality simply from having lived outside their country for a long period of time. States can also deprive citizens of their nationality through changes in law that leave whole populations stateless using discriminatory criteria like ethnicity and race. You see? Because race is the human family. So it says, again, finally, statelessness can also be caused by loss or deprivation of nationality. In some countries, citizens can lose their nationality simply from having. Okay, states can also deprive citizens of their nationality through changes in the law that leave whole populations stateless using discriminatory criteria like ethnicity or race. So this is how you lose your nationality, by them saying, oh, what's your ethnicity? What's that? What's your race? See, because the race is the human family. So your race would be human. Ethnicity is not a real identity. It has nothing to do with your identity. That is construction. They're constructing their own identity for their own jurisdiction, whatever power may be at that time. Right now, we're talking about the United States. They have structured an ethnicity and race card. They don't talk about nationality. So watch this, y'all. Y'all gonna have to bear with me because this phone is a little, this Mercury retrograde. Shit's moving slow. All right. This is ethnicity and race identification. You know, when you get a job, they could be asking, oh, it's voluntary. You don't have to fill it out and X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. But this is what I want y'all to pay attention to. This is going to be a good one. If it focus. All right. All right, here we go. Black or African American, right? A person having origins in the black racial groups of Africa. Now watch this. American Indian or Alaska Native. A person having origins in the original people. Watch this. Asian. A person having origins in the original people. You see, it says peoples. Peoples. Okay? Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of Hawaii. You see that? White. Now watch this, y'all. Pay attention. For you people who think white is your skin color. A person having origins in the original people of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. Didn't they say that you was brought on a slave ship from Africa, North Africa, around that area? So why wouldn't you check white? But we're not even getting to that. The point is, what you doing, bro? The point is that everything else on here, look at it again, is asking if you have origins in the original people. When you get to black and African American, look, I'm not making this shit up. This is not my document, y'all. Where this from? .gov. U.S. Office of Personal Management Guide to Personal Data Standards. OPM stands for Office of Personal Management.gov. All right. Now watch this. Black or African American. A person having origins. Oh, see, see, they trying to go. See, they already know. I'm giving you that work. A black or African American. A person having origins in any of the black racial groups. Now, where does it say people at, y'all? How come everything else on this list says having origins in the original people, Alaska and Indian Native, Asian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of the Far East, Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, a person having origins in the original people, white, a person having origins in the original people, and then you get the black, it's gonna say, pay close fucking attention for you black scholars and you Black Lives Matter people. A person having origins in any of the black racial group, they telling you right there, it's a construction. They're not even identifying you with people. They said a racial group. It's how you lost your nationality. You see? This shit ain't hard. It's simple. You see that? Okay? So that's stateless person according to international law, what I just showed y'all. Let's go back. Let's go back right here. Let's go back. Finally, statelessness can also be caused by loss or deprivation of nationality. In some countries, citizens can lose their nationality simply from having lived outside their country for a long period of time. States can also deprive citizens of their nationality through changes in law that leave whole populations stateless, using discriminatory criteria like ethnicity or race. You see? You see? So that's easy. So I just showed you what stateless is. I just showed you black African American aren't real identities. You claiming to be United States property or someone's property. Who property is you claiming to be? Smith, Jones, and Johnson. But I'm from Africa. I ain't never met a person from Africa named Smith, Jones, Johnson, Williamshire. Telling you, man, we out to lunch. Y'all better get your shit together. Y'all heard the officer. We're gonna slaughter them all. So I'm just sharing this so people can wake up. Why does this matter? Well, when your shit goes to probate court, when you pass, or when someone in your family passed and they had a will and all that set up and it still go to probate court, you're gonna be like, damn, I wonder why the system is doing me like that. And then you got to pay all these heavy taxes just to get it passed down to the next person in your family, the house. They're gonna tax the shit out you to the point where you're just gonna sell it to them. How's that happening? Because you ain't got no nationality. You ain't protected by international law. So they can put all these big, heavy tax burdens on you. You see? Well, since you don't talk to other nationals from other countries and they instructed not to talk to you, then you won't know that they don't be paying taxes the way that you pay taxes on businesses and stuff like that. Because they got nationality. They use international law and treaty law. So you can be black all you want. I ain't hating on you. You can be black and proud all you want. I'm telling you, there's repercussions. You wonder why these people getting done like George Floyd. How come you see coronavirus? How come you don't see them doing Chinese people like that? Like they do so-called black African Americans. How come they ain't doing Chinese people like that? Because they'll charge their ass with genocide. They'll take their ass to international court for violation of their human rights. Because they know the law. They have a nationality. They're not identifying themselves as yellow people, crayons, color folk. So peace, and I'm going to leave y'all with that. Peace and love.